What's going on, everybody? Podcast 149. Back up in it. Hope everyone's had a good week so far. It's Friday, the 12th of June. And yeah, man, we dropped a new album today. Bag from my bro. Go check it out. We had a good time making it. Kyle and I, we always have fun making music. And sometimes I think artists and musicians or rappers or whatever, anybody that's creating anything, sometimes we lose sight of just having fun with the process. You know, it doesn't always have to be this like well thought out, overthought, crazy, mind-blowing project. Sometimes you can just have fun, and that's what we did with this one. And that's what we do anytime we record music together. This is our second project together. But yeah, man, we had a good time making it, and I'm excited to keep making more music with him, and just more music in general, and just taking that same approach, you know, just having fun, remembering to have fun again. You know, we lose sight of that. We're allowed to have fun. It's not against the law. It's not against anything. And for some reason, society teaches us we have to be like, you know, almighty serious all the time. Can't joke. You know, you might offend somebody. You can't joke. You might look stupid. And sometimes you got to be willing to just be cringe, you know? Not saying that we were. Maybe we are to some people, but it is all good. But yeah, we just, you got to allow yourself to just let go of all that drama and all that pressure that you hold inside, and just allow yourself to have fun. You know, that's really one thing I admire about Kyle in general. He doesn't take things, you know, so serious that it stops him from living. You know, he knows in order to have fun with life, you got to just allow yourself to live. And you know, you can't fear what other people might think. Because if you fear that all the time, you're always going to be searching for validation. You're always going to be searching or asking for permission to live. And I don't think that's a healthy way of living. I'd rather, you know, just have fun and just enjoy life. And if I look dumb while doing it, you know, maybe it's on the other person. So yeah, man, shout out my boy Young Kai. It's also his birthday weekend, so I wanted to schedule the release kind of close to his birthday. His birthday is Sunday, I believe. But yeah, man, you know, I'm just excited for this project. It's fun. It's an easy listen. You know, I think it's under 30 minutes, so it doesn't take too long. You throw it on in the car, and by the time you get to your destination, you would have finished it. So yeah, I'm just excited, man. Anytime you release an album, you just get this feeling of like gratitude, or feeling of just accomplishment overall. You know, you did something. You did something that's important to you. I think we lose sight of that when, you know, we just during the everyday life, I feel like you lose sight of it, because you're so focused on just getting through your day, getting through your week to get to the weekend. think we lose sight of like the fact that like, damn, we are creating along the way. Whether we know it or not, we are creating along the way. I think you gain that sight back once you do release your art into the world. Once you do put a stamp on it and just call it a finished product. So, yeah, man. We, like I said, we had fun with this project. I'm excited about it. Go check it out. Back from my bro, Tim Cruize, Young Kai. And yeah, man. Hope you guys enjoy. One thing I recently heard was probably on like a YouTube short or something, but it said, and I can't remember who exactly said it, but he said, you know, every morning I wake up and I have a choice to either consume or create, and if it's up to me, I'm gonna choose to create every time. And he said, you know, I have a choice. I can reach for my phone and consume, scroll, or I can reach for my journal and create. But then he went further and said, don't use your social media as your creation. Use your social media as a way to portray your creations. So I just thought that was interesting. You know, I have a choice to consume or to create every morning, or every day, really, every moment. Obviously, not every moment you're going to be creating, you know, something crazy and magical and beautiful, but you are still creating, you know? You are still creating if you really think about it. And it's all about what you are creating. So if you're creating, you know, if you're choosing to just hop on your phone and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll for hours, that is creating. It might not be the life that you want, but you are creating something. You're creating a habit. You're creating thought process. You're creating a numbness. You are creating. And for me, I'd rather create in ways that are healthier than that. You know, and I'm not one to say that I don't get on my phone, because I definitely do. I think we all do at this point. But, you know, I also, I have journals and stuff that I like to put thoughts in, and I got these little brain dump journals. I think I've talked about it before. You know, I got this podcast. I like to get on here and talk. I got music. My daughter and I, we have a sketchbook that we like to color in and just, you know, just take our energy out on. And yeah, man, you know, I think another thing I really like to do, I like to go out in the woods and make these little, I call them sounds of now, but these little just videos just capturing the scenery, you know, out in the woods. So I feel like you got to do things that are going to keep you going, that are going to inspire your life. And, you know, if you're constantly scrolling your phone or just worried about what did or didn't happen, I think you're losing sight. And you're creating, but you're just not creating what you want to create. You know, I feel like you're creating more worry, more anxiety, more depression, when you could create in ways that actually make you happy and uplift you and inspire you. And you got to choose those ways, you know. I'm just naming off things that are good for me, but you got to choose those things. You know, some people like to paint. I like to paint too. Some people like to paint. Some people like to sew. Some people like to... I've seen people working on furniture. Some people like to draw, to do graphic design. So there's all kinds of different ways, and I feel like you have to find it for you. You got to find what fulfills you. And I just don't think that scrolling through Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all this shit, I don't think that's really going to create a life that you want to live. And part of me feels like it's just a longing for something, or like you're searching for something that you're lacking. You're constantly just scrolling to find the right answer. And I feel like the right answer is in the creations outside of the phone, or outside of just these negative habits that we've formed over the years as humans. But that's me, man. I'm not a genius. I'm not definitely not a genius. Definitely not an almighty knower of all the wisdom in the world. Just kind of speak on my own experience. So it is what it is. And, I just go back to, I just want to be a creator instead of a consumer all the time. There's times where it's healthy to consume, but if you're just always consuming and you're never creating, I just don't think that's going to be a life that you want to live. But what do I know? What do I know, baby? Man, I'm just glad it's Friday, I'll tell you that. Work has kind of been okay recently. I've just tried to really kind of put things into perspective. But, man, it just, it feels nice to get some time to yourself. We got some PTO days coming up. We got some holidays coming up, so that'll be nice. Just got to get there, baby. We got to get there. And I don't want to lose sight of the days that I do have, I do still work, because those are still beautiful days, man. There's still something there. There's still gifts from God that we get to wake up. I get to go to work. I get to go to the gym. I get to live life. I don't have to, but I get to. So, yeah, man, it's going to be a good day here in Cincy. It's going to be a good day for you wherever you're at. I do want to say thank you for if you listen to these videos. I know they're not like uber professional or anything like that. In fact, they're not professional at all. I literally just sit in my car and talk on the way to work. But I do appreciate the fact that you listen to what I'm saying. If you do. And if you don't, that's fine too. I know these videos a lot of times are just me rambling. But I do appreciate you spending time, man. You could spend your time doing anything else. And I hope that when you watch my videos or listen to my music, it does inspire you to create in your own ways, And if it does, man, let me know. I'd love to know how my music might have inspired you to do a drawing, or to do a painting, or to write in your book, or whatever you do. If my music has helped inspire you in any way, I would love to know that. I think that'd be awesome, man, to know. So, yeah, man. Bag for my bro, out now. Cruize, the album, out now. And yeah, man, we're out here having fun, baby. I hope you guys have a good Friday. We'll talk soon. And yeah, man, have fun. Go create. So much love. Peace.